One really helpful technique that I have used a lot throughout my career is creating a social media calendar. This does not have to be complicated in any way, shape, or form. I actually just use Google Calendar, or you can use whatever your preferred calendar app is. You can do it on paper. I've done it on paper many times as well. A social media calendar essentially just lays out what you need to have done and when for X number of months in the future. So, for example, right now, my social media manager actually runs my calendar. And what she does is a month at a time, she lays out exactly what she's planning on posting for the next 31 days. So every Monday, she has listed Monster Monday, and she notes, I'm going to post this monster on this day, this monster on this day, this monster on this day, and this monster on this day. This way, I can go in and I can look and I say, yeah, that's great, or no, that's not great, or, oh, I need to get this done for you in time, by this date. Of course, I have a social media manager. If you don't have one, it's still really helpful. And I used to use one prior to having a social media manager, literally just to keep myself organized. I would say, okay, I'm going to have, a word of the day on Wednesdays, and I'm going to have, I don't remember entirely, but, Monster Mondays, and I'm going to have a quote on Friday, and then Thursday I'm going to link to my books on Amazon. And then all I had to do was look and see what needed to be posted when. And then I could either post it in the moment or I could schedule it, which I will get to in a moment. So essentially, I could literally just look at my calendar and say, this is what needs to be posted and when. It was also really helpful for content creation because I can sit down and say, okay, this month I need 5 pictures of monsters. I'm just going to do them all at once. Or I need 7 different quotes. So I'm going to look up quotes by my favorite authors or my favorite speakers or my favorite whomevers. And I'm going to create, beautiful images with a quote on top of them. And I can just do a whole bunch of them at once. And it helps me be more efficient with my time and helps me sort of get through all of the work that I need to do so that I can get back to doing what I really want to be doing, which is writing books, of course. In terms of scheduling, you can schedule things in advance, and this is so helpful because it means you don't have to be on social media every day. It means you don't have to be constantly monitoring everything. You can simply use tools to help you schedule. A few tips. First of all, Facebook offers in-app scheduling, so you don't need to use any other tool. You can just go to your Facebook page and type up your post, and then there'll be a little clock button or calendar button type thingy at the bottom. You click schedule and you can put in the date and the time for when you want that post to go live, and it will just automatically go live without you having to even be online that day. And there are apps as well that you can use to publish to Facebook, but most people recommend doing it directly in Facebook because they're likely to penalize your content if it comes from an external app in Facebook. You cannot schedule in Twitter, however, but you can use an app like Hootsuite or Buffer app to create scheduling. It basically sends your post to Twitter at the predetermined date and time. These apps are super helpful as well. Instagram, I believe, Hootsuite just added Instagram, so you can now schedule to Instagram from Hootsuite, but you cannot schedule in Instagram. But you can push a post from Instagram to Facebook, which is also another helpful feature. So you can take your photo and you can type up your content, and then when you hit, post, you can select and have it also post to your Facebook, and you can do that with stories as well. So there's all these little features that can be really helpful in terms of reducing the amount of time you spend doing this, becoming more efficient, and being able to do more with less time and fewer resources.